Hi, good evening, everybody. So, in our today's topic, last topic we saw what is meant by twin flame concept, the basic understanding about twin flames. So, many people keep telling this and that about twin flames. So, scientifically, and like how we are able to realize within ourselves, like that, we saw what is meant by twin flames. So we saw the basic understanding about twin flame concept. So in today's video, let us see like how to identify the our energetic spiritual twin flame. So let us know who is our energetic spiritual twin flame. So this is our today's topic. Before going into today's topic, I want to touch little bit about twin flame journey. What is twin flame journey? Why is that so important about knowing who is our energetic twin flame? What role does it play? What relevance does it has with twin flame journey? So let us see us on actuals and practically logically what is twin flame journey. And I am a person like very practical person, because we are living the life in three dimension, whether it's an illusion or a reality, whatever it is, we are living here. So here, if we are living life in a practical basis, day to day basis. So what we learn, what we gain knowledge about, should be like we should be able to live that, like practically implicate that and travel in that path. Then only the knowledge we gained will get transformed into wisdom. So I strongly believe in, if suppose I gain knowledge, it should be practically applicable for me. So I feel that is only like a meaningful knowledge or meaningful way of living. Just chumma listening, hearing things and just like that leaving it, dropping it off and going away, that doesn't serve any purpose. And that knowledge is also just bookish knowledge, which is not going to be useful in any of the ways for us. So as far as concerned of me, whatever I read, I should feel it is very practical, it's very applicable. I can travel in this path, in what I have learned, like that I should feel. Only if I feel that, if I'm able to experience that, if I'm able to live that as my day-to-day routine, I give that as guidance to people itself, or else I won't. So in this, let us see what is twin flame journey. Twin flame journey is first of all not a fairy tale journey, like how all these English people, English channels portrays or describes. It is not at all a fairy tale journey. It's a toughest, high vibrational spiritual journey. According to me, I'll tell it is the actual spiritual journey itself. So it's a self transformational journey. Twin flame journey is like when an independent individual, when an independent individual suffers much because of mental traumas and they go into emotional insecurity, and when they feel their life is meaningless and they do not even know for whom they are living, what they are living, what is the meaning of their life, when they go to such an hopeless state, that emotional insecurity life, that life changes, that self transformational journey to a self empowered independent individual, self contemplated independent individual. This transformational journey is actual twin flame journey. So when you become your best version, you become your abundance magnet. And when you become your abundance magnet, you attract all the positive things which you think you deserve. So while attracting all the positive things, one among those positive things is your twin flame. Okay, so this is what happens in twin flame journey. Okay, so in this twin flame journey, how to know who's my twin flame, energetic spiritual twin flame? So in this twin flame journey, like, when does this twin flame journey start? How does this twin flame journey start? Why does this we going into the trap of emotional insecurity happens? So when you know all this only, you will know how twin flame journey is starting, and after twin flame journey starts, what path you happen to travel, and who helps you travel in that path. So let us see how you are going to that emotional insecurity part. So a woman, a man, both are being brought up in the society by parents. When they are brought up itself, they have that societal bringing up differences. A man has to be brought up like this, a woman has to be brought up like this. A woman is always brought up and shaped in a way that she adjusts and gets along with the man, and she is always dependent on the man, either financially, morally, physically, for everything she's dependent upon the man. A man is brought up as if he is able to manage the whole family. He's the authoritative decision maker and he is the dictator. So whatever he tells should be the rules, and whatever he tells, a woman should listen, and whatever decision he takes, woman should be an lady who makes that come true by actions, like that. So a man always he doesn't discuss, he tells everything about what he thinks about a matter, and he gives the decision also and leaves to office. This woman should be a lady who brings the decision into reality, like after he goes to office, because he goes to office and he comes only night at home, so he cannot he is not having time to make that decision come true. So that this is how from childhood days they will bring up a girl child as well as a boy child. So this partiality is there in our society from the childhood days. So this obviously is a men dominating society, and because of this difference, woman is obviously hurt from childhood days. So this is the biggest point where women gets hurt. So as an independent individual, men also has wishes, women also has wishes. Men's dreams and men's wishes obviously automatically comes true, and it happens in day-to-day life. So he doesn't long to live his dream. He by on day-to-day casual basis itself he lives his dream in reality. Okay, and men are more focused towards their career, towards their responsibility, towards the social name, social image, towards the good impression they create in office, all these things. Woman is obviously like she is much worried about her emotions. She's in touch with her emotions, and she's in touch with her see little thing if she does also which is being taught is wrong in her family from her childhood days. Even if she just touches that point, like even if she lives for her own dreams itself, it has been taught as wrong by her family people from childhood days. So she goes into the side of guilt. So even for living her own dreams, she's been taught as she's disgrace for the family. So woman is always in touch with her emotions and touch with the community people in the name of affection. So this is how woman lives and this is how man lives. So a woman always keeps longing to live her dreams in reality. So in such a situation, when so she comes from such a family background where she is not able to live all her dreams in reality. I'm telling it in very short way, so that's why I'm fast telling everything. So she lives in she's been brought up and she's grown up in such a family where her wishes are not accepted or valued, or where she's not able to express even her dreams or talk about her dreams, and where her dreams are considered as disgrace to the family, like that. And so obviously her dreams are not going to come true in her family. So she has come with all the dreams, expectations that all her dreams are going to come true through her husband. And after entering into her husband's house also, none of her dreams comes true. And apart from that, to add it a top layer to that, still what happens is even though her dreams doesn't come true also, still she faces verbal, mental physical molestation, everything, abuse in husband's family, and her dreams are not being valued, her emotional state itself is not being valued, she's not seen as who she is actually from her inner essence, she's not valued for her emotions, she's not valued for her dreams. A man, her husband tells like, whatever might be your dream, whatever might be your wish, I'm not bothered, you are in my house has certain rules and regulations, you have to abide according to that rules and regulations, and you have to live according to that, like how my family is, my people are, and how I am. So you're please, like he tells, don't bring all your things inside here, and I'm not much bothered about your dreams or your imaginations and all, so please keep living your daily day to day routine, like this only man tells a woman. So when he tells that, a woman completely shatters, and all her patience level is lost and her tolerance level is crossed, and she bursts out into a volcano and she starts crying to the god, why you did like this, or she starts questioning god, why you did like this, what did I do to experience all this growth, go through all this bitterness, that this she keeps on pouring out her frustration, she cries for a long time, then she convinces herself, and this is where she becomes emotionally insecure, where she's not being valued, where she's being tolerated all the time. That place woman feels emotionally insecure. When she feels emotionally insecure, automatically she starts going closer and closer to God. When she goes closer and closer to God, what will she keep asking God? Haven't you created any person who can understand me, who can accept me just for whom I am, who will value me for my emotions, who will value me for my dreams, my imaginations, my destiny, who will value me for my inner essence, who will take care of me, accepting me as who I am, who will appreciate me, admiring just who I am. These are all will be her frustration and questions to God. So, in this question, in this situation, the call of love itself is called twin flame journey. So, that starts knocking her. Hi, hello, wake up. You asked for love, now I am here. So, please let us start our journey of love in the name of twin flame journey. So this is what happens. So in this twin flame journey, let us see who is our twin flame. So what happens within ourselves? This is all within family. This is all within situations, circumstances, what a woman faces, how much mentally traumatized she is, how her patience level is all gone out, worn out, and how she crosses all the tolerance level and she gets frustrated, she gets bursted out, and she drops down in tears. Now, within herself, I'm talking about. So within herself, there are 4 phases for every human being. One is the conscious side, which is connected to the brain. One is the subconscious brain, which is connected to our emotions, that is mind, our inner child. So the other thing is unconscious mind, which is connected to our higher self, our guru. Okay, then which is fourth one is the supra consciousness, which is present within the higher self, that is unconscious self, that is the divine self, our divine supreme who is present within ourselves. So there are 4 parts within ourselves: conscious, subconscious, unconscious, supra consciousness. This is the brain adult self, conscious adult self. This is the emotions, which is our inner child. This is the unconscious higher self, our guru. This is the divine self, divine supreme himself. Okay, so these 4 parts, why I am talking about these 4 parts is, when in day-to-day life we keep communicating, the communication within us happens between brain and mind. Our mind keeps telling about its wishes and asking about its wishes to the brain, and brain, like how it access, it has so much of folders within it, so it goes to each of the folder and checks the mind's wishes, like past incident, how it has happened. So if this mind's wishes come to reality, what will be its future consequences? If the future consequences are okay, it will put a tick mark. If the future consequences are not okay, it will put a into mark. So when it puts a tick mark, when brain puts a tick mark for mind's wishes, the wishes will come into reality. When it puts an into mark, wishes will never, brain will make sure wishes won't come into reality, because that either putting that into tick mark or into mark is based on fear of rejection or fear of abandonment. What is this fear of rejection? What is this fear of abandonment? So what all things the society will accept is tick mark. What all things the society will reject, or what all things the society will abandon us, will not acknowledge us, is fear of rejection or fear of abandonment. So if something mind wishes, and that will happen, if the society will not acknowledge us, if the society will reject us, if the society will abandon us, immediately brain puts into mark, and brain takes care and makes sure that dream is never happens or never comes into reality. This is how the connection and communication between mind and brain is. But this is called selfish love of the brain, because brain loves its social image. It is very comfortable and it is very happy in the social image, and it is able to live a very luxurious, convenient life. If this fear of abandonment or fear of rejection comes true, it happens to lose all these luxury, comfort, and convenience. So it may happen to suffer, this physical body may happen to suffer. So that is why, and this is all is a conditioned belief system. So this is a conditioned life what brain is living. So when the brain tunes our mind according to this conditioned system, social conditioning, and to maintain its social image, it is called as selfish love. When until the selfish love is there, self love is never born, and there is no role for the unconscious higher self or our guru to play in our life itself. So we also happen to live like others how they are living, like whatever the society won't acknowledge, even though if it's our deep desire, even though if it's our wish, even though we long to live that, and even though we feel empty without that wish coming true, but still they can live the life of this selfish love, because they all are how to circumstantial prisoners of the social conditioning. If they are not acknowledged, if the society doesn't acknowledge them, if the society abandons them, or if the society rejects them, they feel as if they are disgraced and they are sinners and they are ineligible to live life like this. And so they go hand in hand and abide with the meant to be society lifestyle, conditioned lifestyle. But people who value their dreams, people who think their dreams or their deep desires or their destiny, like us, they can never live killing their deep desires or sacrificing their deep desires. So when we long to live our deep desires in reality, what happens is our mind, like how the selfish love is happening, like that our mind will not keep quiet, or will not, we cannot silence our mind like others. Brain can never silence our mind like others. So the brain starts so the mind starts crying, the mind starts going darker and darker to the negative side. It starts crying, it starts shouting, it starts feeling worried, it starts feeling terrified, it starts feeling lost, it starts feeling shattered when its deep desires are not put tick mark by the brain, and it is not allowed to manifest in reality. So this mind goes very cold enough and very adamant in, and it completely cuts the communication with the brain. So when it cuts the communication with the brain feels very hopeless, and normal functioning of the brain gets lost, and brain feels very uncomfortable to work in a normal day-to-day basis. This is where self realization happens. Even though until before that also brain realized these are the dreams of the inner child, that is our mind. like that. But still, because of the selfish love, it rejected. And there was always a communication between mind and brain. Once the communication, the mind stops communicating with the brain, brain feels hopeless and brain feels like meaningless in its life. So brain becomes very hopeless, and the liveliness of brain dies off. So it becomes a very mechanical life. For others to live that mechanical life becomes a normal routine, whereas for us, we can't live that normal life, like that mechanical life. So this brain suffers, starts to suffers and suffocates a lot. Oh, I did wrong thing to the mind, I made my inner child suffer so much. Till today I never realized it's suffering. Now it became so cold and so adamant and so sad because of me. Like that, the brain starts to think and realize. This is self realization. The moment this realization happens, the moment the brain starts to suffer, the selfish love shifts from selfish love to self love. So when it shifts to self love, when it realizes, oh, I'm suffering like this is how mind would also suffered, and mind has suffered more than this. That is why it became so cold. So that is why it became so adamant. So it became so dark. That is why it is feeling so sad. It is not talking with me, like that and all. When brain starts to realize, brain thinks day and night, without eating, sleeping, without being peaceful, and all the time its dream is how to make my inner child's dreams come true. Because brain's memories are from the day we are born till the day we are till up to date. Today till now, what all we witnessed. So what we witnessed through our eyes only would have been registered in our memories. That is conscious brain's memories. But unconscious brain's memories, when from the time of soul creation till now, so how many births we would have been born, all those memories will be there in unconscious brain. So this deep desires of our inner child, our subconscious mind, comes from the unconscious mind. So this deep desires are the deepest part of subconscious mind. So when that has been rejected by brain only, the subconscious mind goes very frustrated and very sad. So because of that, it becomes so cold. So now when the selfish love shifts to self love, and when self love is born from brain, this unconscious brain, our higher self, our guru, starts to take a role in our life. So it starts to teach the brain that this is like what are all we have to do, what are all brain have to do to make the inner child's dream come true. And so it teaches, starts to teach about all the universal truths. How does universe function? How does there are universal laws, and how does that universal laws function? How the law of manifestation function? How the law of attraction, law of vibration, law of divine order, everything function? So how does a person's wish come true, and what all this brain has to do, step by step procedure, everything higher self starts to teach. Higher self starts to teach the secret that you are the co-creator along with the universe, the creator. So that when you become the co-creator, and when you develop visions, and when you know step by step process along with the workers, universe also works along with you and brings the inner child's dream true. Like that it starts to tell. So same way, brain also honors and trusts completely the higher self, and immediately takes steps towards bringing the inner child's dream true. And one by one, inner child's dreams also, as the brain takes steps towards it, becomes true one after the other. And the mind starts to enjoy its dreams in reality. And when it enjoys, the darkness which developed because of that rejection flies away, and the mind becomes very happy. And mind also realizes, that inner child also realizes, that this all happiness is because of the brain's hard work, because of its plan of action. and it respects the brain, and there is a bond which is created, a friendship bond which is created between brain and mind. And after that, brain also becomes happy. And in this whole process, mind realizes that all the knowledge which brain um, like got is from the unconscious mind. So unconscious mind is much more smarter, and unconscious mind is more how to tell, knowledgeable than brain. And obviously silently there is a love blossoming between unconscious mind and our mind. So if you see in reflection, in day to day basis, in our own life experience, like our higher self, that is our unconscious mind, if we are happy, our unconscious mind will be more happy than us, without our like acknowledgement. We don't acknowledge it in a day-to-day basis, but this happens. If we are sad, our unconscious mind is more sadder than us, and we don't happen to acknowledge that also. So our unconscious mind is like a reflection of our conscious mind. So when our as a reflection of our subconscious mind. So when our subconscious mind happens to suffer, unconscious mind knows the solution as its vibrational level is high, frequency level is high, and it has become its best version already. It is in its, it's not become, it is in its best version already, and best version's vibrational level and full potential is high. And all the knowledge the unconscious self, higher self, has got is from the divine self itself directly. So it has the knowledge, so it knows all the ways, and it has gained all the memories, and it has the knowledge of all the memories of all our births. So it knows everything, and it has got the knowledge from the divine creator itself. So unconscious side has so much of knowledge, divine knowledge. And when mind cries, when mind suffers, unconscious mind also suffers. But at the same time, unconscious mind has a solution for that sufferings also. And that's why it teaches the brain to bring the subconscious mind's wishes, that is our inner child's wishes, into reality. Okay, so now our this higher self is being the reflection of our inner child. Okay, whether in sadness or in our happiness. And this mind and unconscious mind, that is our inner child and higher self, are always in a solution oriented relationship. And so our energetic and spiritual twin flame is none other than our own higher self. Only when we happen to communicate and merge and mingle with our higher self in day-to-day basis, when we are able to sense our own higher self, when we are able to realize what are its characteristics, how is its behavioral attitude, and when we are in complete communication always with our higher self, we are able to know these are the characteristics of our twin flame. And when we are able to recognize and realize the twin flame who is present within ourselves only, we will be able to recognize and realize the twin flame who is somewhere outside in this world. If we are not able to recognize and identify the twin flame here inside, even if the twin flame, our real twin flame, comes and stands in front of us also, we cannot recognize or realize this is our twin flame. So in next video, let us see why should we choose our twin flame. Thank you.